does that guy not pay taxes? How do the people around him, how do the lawyers that I'm sure that he employs, the financial people that are probably running his life telling him to stop spending $1 million a day, how do they not deal with his taxes?
Money Mayweather, up until recently, didn't have any money. So Floyd is the highest earning athlete in his career, making over $1.1 billion. And after making a killing, he ended up retiring in 2017. However, he dug himself into a hole after making super lavish purchases like this LA mansion. It was so bad that he actually owed $22.2 million.
40s now, still fighting these random people in random places.
Yeah.
For 5 million here, 10 million there.
No, he's just a big spender. He can't spend like that, you know?
Floyd Mayweather is reportedly pleading with the IRS to drop a massive $500 million debt lawsuit, despite claiming he's already paid $18 million in taxes. The IRS maintains he still owes hundreds of millions. Mayweather seems to be downplaying the situation, ignoring the full scope of his tax liabilities.
Does he really?
He has so many.
He's hilarious.
His spending habits are hilarious. His
I
cars.
love him.
And he's got like a whole
He's
fleet just in
hilarious.
white. He's like white, he's right. I got a bunch of.
He's got other colors too, though, man.
Yeah,
He
he
got a
does.
Gang of cars.
All
So when
matching
they
up.
owe that money to the IRS, why don't you just give him a few cards?
Because he went so deep, so
How much
crazy.
does he owe?
Well, it's more than you want to pay. It's in the $20+ million range.
It's a lot of money, man.
But it's not something that he's been. It's not like deception.
No,
It's just neglect to
it's
pay.
neglect, and it's also like I think, and there is like a truth to this. He makes so much money. There's probably a point when they're like, "Hey, it's time to pay your taxes," and you go like, "All right, here's a check for $25 million. That's an incredible amount of money." And then they go, "That's true, but you owe 50 more."
Floyd Mayweather's current legal battle with the IRS marks just another chapter in his long and complicated history with the law. Often seen as a symbol of wealth and success, Mayweather has also spent time behind bars and faced numerous legal challenges. Despite his fortune, he has admitted to feeling like a prisoner of his own fame. He once confessed that his riches came at the cost of personal freedom, bringing isolation, distrust, and constant surveillance. While he works to uphold his public image, his troubled past continues to follow him, casting a shadow over the persona he tries so hard to project.
What things happen? I had 3 children with a young lady. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. Wasn't seeing eye to eye. She was a little upset, had a little alcohol in her system. She was a little edgy, and I told her, basically I needed the keys to my truck. She was upset. She didn't want me to take the keys to the truck. So things got out of hand and blown out of, they blow things up bigger than what things are really made out to be. So things happen.
But nevertheless, you had to do too much.
Yeah, I did too much for a misdemeanor, yes.
So what is it like to have everything and then not have freedom?
That's what I come to find out. Freedom is very important. Freedom is very, very important. And I'm just, I'm happy to be free. I'm happy to be back, in my children's life.
Floyd Mayweather's obsession with wealth has long defined his persona, from gold-plated jets to sprawling mansions and fleets of exotic cars. Money wasn't just a nickname, it was a way of life. But behind the flash, consequences followed. Rather than embracing financial discipline, Mayweather leaned into spectacle, prioritizing image over stability and turning wealth into a public performance.
He's up there, bro. He's probably got to be at least 400 million. I mean, some of the purses from his fights are like 100 million each fight.
I would think
shit.
close to $1 billion.
He probably is, but he spends like a motherfucker. He probably has like a couple 100 million in jewelry. Have you seen like videos of his jewelry?
Yeah, some crazy shit.
It's-
Let me see. Let me see what his net worth is. Mayweather net worth.
Them Googles be lying though. Huh?
They be lying? You think?
I think so. It's probably not accurate. I mean,
Let's see what they say. Exactly what you said. It says an estimated $450 million.
yeah.
Richest boxer in the world. It's a lot of money.
Mayweather's Instagram is a shrine to extravagance. Luxury cars, designer outfits, private jets, and diamond-covered accessories dominate his feed. He doesn't just show he's wealthy. He flaunts being wealthier than everyone else. But beneath the polished image lies a troubling financial reality. Critics argue that this constant display of riches may not reflect true confidence, but deep insecurity. Increasingly, People suspect these lavish posts may be masking growing financial trouble.
Options, options, options. I got about 100 cars. But right here, we like to call this the Sweet 16. Lambo, Ferrari, Lambo, Maybach, Maybach, whatever you want to call it. Of course, the McLaren, the original McLaren. Bentley, Rolls, the Maybach truck or Maybach truck, whatever you want to call it.
The feud between rapper 50 Cent and Floyd Mayweather reveals deeper issues in Floyd's financial and personal behavior. According to 50 Cent, he took over Mayweather Promotions while Floyd was in jail, investing millions into the business. But after Floyd's release, he allegedly ignored both the favor and the financial support. Their fallout over money and respect highlights a recurring theme in Mayweather's relationships. Those who support him in tough times often don't receive the loyalty, recognition, or repayment they rightfully deserve.
It goes on where, it's $300,000 chains being bought and buying new Lamborghini and all these new things, and I'm sitting there going, yo, when you gonna give me the money?
Because you're already invested.
Right, like when you give me your half of the money back. But I ain't trying to press him because he just got out of jail.
Right.
So it's like, let him cool his heels before you.
Was that in the millions?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you sitting there big, and I'm like, yeah, so when, but see, the fighters are an asset in themselves. They are that talent, regardless.
Right.
So I'm looking at him going, so there ain't no pressure there, but I'm saying, when is he gonna say he wants to give me the other half of it? Why I gotta ask you for it?
Right.
And then when
are we talking over $2 million?
It's about that.
Okay.
At that point, it was, investing.
All right.
So look, he goes, when he finally does bring up the actual situation, he acted like he didn't know anything. Like, I didn't tell y'all to do that. I didn't tell you to do that. And I'm looking at him, and he looked in my face, and he tell me.
Mayweather often claims he's the greatest businessman in sports history, pointing to his undefeated record, massive earnings, and promotional ventures. However, public perception tells a different story. Many view him as someone chasing quick cash rather than building sustainable enterprises. His business decisions often appear impulsive and geared toward media buzz over long-term value. Despite his boasts about wealth, he's reportedly dodging debts and facing lawsuits, something even 50 Cent, aka Ferrari F50, has publicly criticized.
Ferrari F50. So 50's obviously going to take any chance that he can to troll Floyd Mayweather, and I don't know how accurate or true this is. 50 said it was true and then removed it off his Instagram like he sometimes does. He'll chime in on things and then remove it. But luckily for me, I know that he does that, so I screenshot everything that he posts. Just because, he'll remove it and then it's hard to find it. I'm like, damn, it was up there. So just for like podcasts and just research purposes, I always screenshot them, have it on my phone. That way if it's removed, it's like, hey, he did post this. So what am I talking about? Let's go over this. 50 Cent has weighed in on a shocking claim in the ongoing spat between Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Davis, saying he believes a belief that has allowed him to get in some digs of his own.
Mayweather never holds back when it comes to self-praise, often claiming that no boxer, past or present, can match his achievements. While confidence is part of boxing, Floyd's constant self-comparisons have sparked criticism. Many argue his relentless boasting borders on arrogance. Fans and fellow fighters are increasingly frustrated with his inflated ego, especially as his post-retirement activities appear more about preserving his image than making a meaningful contribution to the sport he once dominated.
Well, I think I'm separated now. I don't think there's no boxer in history that has accomplished what I've accomplished. Not bragging or boasting, just speaking the truth. I take my hat off to a lot of legendary champions, that paved the way for me to be where I'm at in the sport of boxing. But that was their era and this is my era. I had a tremendous career. And we got young fighters that's on the rise, that's under our banner. The ultimate goal is to find the next Floyd Mayweather that can break my records.
So is Gervonta Davis that guy?
I believe I'm in a league of my own, Floyd Mayweather recently stated, expressing confidence that no other boxer in history has achieved what he has. He showed respect for past champions who paved the way but emphasized that their era is over. This is his time. Mayweather highlighted his successful career and mentioned rising young fighters under his banner, aiming to find the next star who can break his records, like Gervonta Davis. Despite rumors of financial struggles, Mayweather reportedly purchased a $42 million property in New York City, a move that has shocked many. While fans may see this as another bold statement of wealth, critics question how he can afford such a high-risk investment amid IRS lawsuits and alleged debts. Skeptics argue this purchase might be a desperate effort to preserve the Money Mayweather brand rather than a sound financial decision. This raises serious doubts about the long-term stability of his fortune and business choices.
Man, do we got money or not? I don't know what's going on.
I'm lost.
Man, I seen I think Stephen A was talking about he was bankrupt.
See, I know he came out with this commercial talking about he just invested in this deal that's worth like $402 million, that's dealing with 60 apartment buildings.
Yeah, I heard the nigga bought half of New York.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so he walking down the street of New York. Yeah, I own that one. I own that one.
Seen that too.
So some people reached out to the agencies that he's connected with about this deal, and they said no comment.
Let me say something. I got a question. Niggas is nosy for no reason.
Nosy as hell.
What I'm reaching out to these people about? They deal for.
You want to talk to you about the Floyd Mayweather deal? No comment. They say his name ain't on no paperwork. Nothing.
I seen him on something. He look like a bum.
Floyd?
He was looking like a bum. Had like he ain't shaved in months.
Oh yeah, I seen it too. There's no way this man is broke. There's no way.
Yeah.
If he is, I don't know where the money went to.
Since retiring, Floyd has taken part in numerous exhibition matches critics call cash grabs. These fights often lack real competition, frequently featuring social media influencers or underqualified opponents, raising questions about their legitimacy and purpose.
Late 40s now, still fighting these random people in random places.
Yeah.
For 5 million here, 10 million there.
No, he's just a big spender. You can't spend like that, you know? Like,
this guy has a lot of chains.
So many chains, bro. Chains, that's a depreciating asset. Get yourself something that'll hold value. Go buy some real estate, brother. Buy an original. We'd love to have you in the Dow.
What?
Invest in Prime, huh? Do something smart with your money, Floyd.
Boxing Doctor News. Hey there, money moves enthusiasts. Let's talk about Floyd Mayweather's wild ride in the world of wealth. 1 minute. We're hearing about financial troubles. The next, he's dropping $402 million on Manhattan real estate. Plot twist. Now his LA gym employees are protesting, claiming they haven't been paid. Is the money team really out of money? Meanwhile, Mayweather's still flexing, snagging a $20 million property in Midtown. What's the real story here? Is he a real estate mogul or facing a cash crunch? And the biggest question, does Floyd even know what's happening at his gym? This financial roller coaster is giving us whiplash. What do you think is really going on with Mayweather's millions? Drop your theories.
According to Gervonta Tank Davis, Mayweather struggles to stay out of the spotlight even after retirement. He craves attention and resists passing the torch to the next generation. Davis claims Floyd wants to dominate every conversation, refusing to let others shine. This obsession with fame may explain why Mayweather continues booking exhibition matches and constantly flaunts his lavish lifestyle on social media.
Unpaid Davis, he had basically said that some people are just jealous-hearted, and basically it looked like he was alluding to Floyd Mayweather having his press conference with the Anderson Silva card on the same day because he believes that Floyd couldn't take that someone else is in the limelight. Like, he couldn't stomach it. So Floyd Mayweather, seeking the attention, decided to try to upstage him, which Floyd has done that in the past. Like, you look at the fight with Canelo versus Golovkin, everybody was looking forward to that fight, and then out of nowhere Floyd announced that he was fighting Conor McGregor, and it kind of stole the steam away from Canelo Golovkin, and it took the sails out of it took some air out of the sails of Canelo Golovkin. because people were looking for that fight, and people were like, okay, that's the best fight in the calendar. But then Mayweather and Conor McGregor, just their personalities, they came with this crazy energy and a press tour, and it just diverted attention away. So he has done it before, but now he's being accused of doing it to his own fighter by the fighter himself, possibly, because again, it was subliminal, and then that's what people are thinking. So Floyd responds to this, and he says, as far as me being jealous of anyone, and I'm not talking about my fighters, I mean, God has truly blessed me and put me in a position to be able to give back to my fighters. If giving back is jealousy, then that's what it is. Fighters and individuals are going to feel like they want to feel. And my job is to always be a bigger person and continue to stay positive and push for my fighters to be great.
Mayweather made headlines in Miami recently after an altercation at a jewelry store led to police involvement. He reportedly attempted to purchase an expensive diamond, but a payment dispute escalated the situation. While details remain unclear, the incident raises concerns about his financial stability. It supports the growing perception that Mayweather may no longer be the financially secure superstar he portrays, instead appearing to live beyond his means and make questionable decisions to uphold his lavish image.
Went from being like a really exciting pressure fighter, and he had a bunch of hand problems, to like Money Mayweather, start talking shit, just boxing people's faces off. No more hand problems, much more money.
Yeah, I love what he's doing too, beating up these YouTube guys.
It's crazy.
I love it.
It's so funny that these guys are willing to get beat up by him.
Well, I think they're all delusional.
Floyd's financial troubles have become so public that even rivals like Conor McGregor and UFC President Dana White have mocked him. They openly laughed at his tax issues, using them to question his image. Dana White even joked about how nearly impossible it is to bounce back from huge debt, suggesting Mayweather's era of financial dominance might...
Look fucking great.
I feel good, training hard. Did Floyd not take out his own jets?
Floyd got 3.
Yeah,
So Floyd's got the money and he got
tax problems.
Yeah.
That's what he's got. Oh, no. That's heavy shit. That is heavy shit.
Hard to get out from underneath
Fucking right it is, especially when I'm on top of you.
Floyd Mayweather's extravagant spending, like an $18 million watch and numerous luxury items, raises serious concerns. While fans enjoy his lavish lifestyle, critics doubt its sustainability. With growing financial troubles, many believe his excessive habits will eventually lead to severe consequences and a potential financial collapse.
The most expensive watch that I currently own is $18 million.
One watch.
One watch.
Tell me about your watch collection, dude. You have to have one of the biggest watch collections in the world.
My watch collection, I think I got somewhere upwards of 100 watches. And I got a lot of $1 million watches.
What should I pay for this one? What do you think? You're here for me now. I need some help. Help a little man out, okay?
That watch is a couple $100,000. Easy, but it's worth it. Because it goes up in value. It appreciates, not depreciates.
How do you buy a $17 million watch?
No, 18.
18, sorry.
I believe in building generational wealth. Even like with my children, all 4 of my children are adults. And I told them, no more handouts. Because I feel like I'm hurting my children just by, I give them money, they go shopping, they put gas in their car, they party, they come back, I need money. I give them money, I buy them houses, I buy them cars. I told them, listen, if you guys go to school or you work in one of my businesses, then you can branch off, get your own business, and I'll put the money up to help you start a business, but I need you guys to take what I've already started and triple and double that, and then I need my grandchildren to come behind you guys and do the same.
Floyd Mayweather's path eerily mirrors Mike Tyson's. Like Floyd, Tyson earned hundreds of millions but spent wildly on tigers, gold bathtubs, and excessive luxuries before filing for bankruptcy. Now Mayweather exhibits similar behavior: outrageous purchases, public boasting, and rumored financial troubles. Tyson's downfall stands as a cautionary tale, and many fear Floyd is heading the same way. Behind all the glamour, Mayweather's financial foundation appears fragile and may not withstand much longer.
Of nostalgia, you know what I mean? Because seeing Floyd Mayweather with all this money and cars and clothes and hoes and yada yada yada, it just kind of reminded me. There was a small segment in that episode that stated that a lot of fighters believe in their immortality. You know what I mean? We've seen this before. So the question I ask, we have seen this movie before. Boxers traditionally going broke. You know, they start off well, so flamboyant, with all this money and all these cars, and they have businesses they invest in. There's something special, you know, at least in their minds they are. And then after either retirement or near retirement, or after the fight game has left them, traditionally boxers go broke, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not saying this is going to happen to Floyd Mayweather, but I swear on everything, man, I hope it doesn't happen to Floyd Mayweather, because Floyd Mayweather is going to go down in the halls of history, ladies and gentlemen, as possibly top 3 to top 5 to top 10 of all-time greats. I mean, depending on how you view Floyd Money Mayweather. But however, he is definitely the #1 boxer of my era, ladies and gentlemen, of my time on this earth of watching this sport of boxing. No one has the skill set of Floyd Money Mayweather. Carve it up, chop it up how you like. Get on the debate about his opponents, all this other crap. We can have that for another video. But this man is going to go down in history as an all-time great, without a doubt. And it's going to, and I understand the argument for those who want to even present the argument that he's the #1 greatest of all time. I see valid points in that argument. I don't agree with that, but I see valid points in that argument. This is a great boxer. We are going to miss Floyd Money Mayweather when he leaves the sport, ladies and gentlemen. But the fact remains.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned for more updates coming your way next time.